Hello, fabulous friends. Welcome back to Family and Home Hacks podcast. I'm your host, Jamie, and today we're going to talk about ways that you can save thousands of dollars a year. Now, not every one of these is going to save you thousands of dollars, and some of these you'll be able to use, and some of you might not be able to use some of these, depending upon if you're going to school or that kind of thing. But the good news is I've listed over 30 items or 30 ways that you can save money. So you can pick and choose what's going to work best for you. A lot of these I have done personally and seen great results. Some of these might require a little investment up front, but I'm going to talk about each one of these one by one and give you links down below in the description box so that you can also go ahead and access these if you need to. And so it's going to be quite a list. What I would suggest, your challenge or mission, should you choose to accept, is to pick one of these to do this week and come back next week, listen again, see if you come up with a new idea, pick another one to do next week, so forth and so forth. We do that a lot on this podcast where we give you multiple ideas and then you can kind of just pick and choose what's going to work for you and what won't work for you. And also you can keep coming back and then figuring out a new one, finding new inspiration every time. And we ask, because this is a community, we ask that if I missed something or if there's something out there that you have done that saved you money, please let us know down in the video description box. While you're down there, please give the video a like. Also subscribe if you haven't already become part of our community. And share the video, comment, and support the channel that way. All right, let's get started with our list. Initially, first, one of the things that I do that I save the most money every year, and this last year, I actually saved $1,000. I was able to get money back to the point where I saved $1,000 on my groceries. And I did this by using Ibotta app, Honey, Fetch, Coupons.com, Rakuten, and other apps like CVS coupons and Walgreens coupons. All of those I have done, and I've done them for years now. We have found great success at it, and you're going to save a lot of money. So if you want to see more videos on that, let me know, and I'll start them back up on the channel again. They seem to be, once in a while, people seem to be really receptive to them, and other times they're not super receptive to them. So let me know in the comment section below if that's something you'd like to see more of on this channel, because I do it every week, and I'd be more than happy to share those deals with you. Number 2, do a garden. Okay, so I'm going to tell you straight up, we have a garden that we do, and you've probably seen the videos. It's actually a pretty big garden. We this year have done not just the in-ground garden, we have 2 in-ground gardens, plus we have some raised beds, plus we planted some fruit trees. Now, it does take a little bit of investment to get these started, but the deal is that you're going to save money in the long run with having a garden. You got to get it set up though, so it does take a little bit to get it set up. Once it's set up, every year just putting those new seeds in the ground and you're just waiting for them to grow. And if you get it on a rotational system, you are reducing your grocery bill every week because you've got food coming in throughout the year. And if you've got enough, you can go ahead and can that food or store that food through dehydration and freeze drying. And you can go ahead and use it when your off seasons are. For us in Arizona, we really don't have an off season for gardening. You have a summer and spring garden, and you also have a winter and fall garden. So it kind of is nice in Arizona. There are other states where it's like that, but not all states are like that. For example, where I come from, North Dakota, you're not planting any garden in winter. So that's when you've got your canning. You can rely on the items that you canned. There are a lot of really great ways to can vegetables, as well as soups and casseroles and all of that kind of stuff. If you'd like to see more on that on this channel, let me know in the comment section below. It's always nice to have that stockpile of food there in case you are running short for a week, and you can grab one of those out and just kind of make dinner for your family. Speaking of dinner and drinks, number 3 is making drinks like coffee at home and then taking it to go. It's very easy to make drinks like coffee at home, specialty coffees at home. I've done a pumpkin spice latte on this channel. I've also done a peppermint mocha on this channel. And if you'd like to see more coffee drinks recipes on this channel, let me know in the comment section below and I will do a few more. Another way to go ahead and save money is to plan your meals and eat your leftovers. That is one thing I have actually people who have told me, why I won't eat leftovers. And, everybody has a choice on what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. But that's a lot of money going down the drain. And I grew up in a family that didn't have a lot of money growing up. So leftovers was just part of the deal. And so I definitely highly recommend eating your leftovers. Of course, you need to know when the food's going to go bad in your fridge. So put dates on that food so that you're not, eating bad food. However, plan your meals out for the week. Do a prepping day where you cook all of the food that one day of the week. That saves you a lot of money in electricity because you're not heating up your oven every night. And then just go ahead and eat your leftovers. Now, some people say because of the time in between for the dates, if they say do one prep day in the beginning of the week and one prep day at the end of the week or the middle of the week, and that way you don't have leftovers in the fridge for very long. I just put them in the freezer and then just pull them out when we need them. So it's completely up to you how you do it. I like to do it all in one day. Other people like to do it 2 times a week. It's completely up to you, but it saves you money in the long run. Number 5, call around on bills every quarter. This is on my calendar. Every quarter, I make phone calls to our bills, and I find ways to reduce that monthly expense. Let me tell you, if you don't, they're going to all of a sudden, you're going to be starting to get more and more in your bills. Your bills will keep rising. You'll be like, why is this going up? You would be surprised at how little fees or little things can get snuck in on those bills through laws being passed and you don't even hear about it. Just call on your bills every quarter. See if you can find a better way to reduce that money. Sometimes just shopping around. A lot of times if you have an insurance company, you don't have to stay with that same insurance company if you find an insurance company is going to offer you a better deal. So shopping around on bills every quarter will save you a lot of money, and it will keep you from those slight increases that add up over time. Number 6 is cancel subscriptions that you don't use. That's something that oftentimes, I do know that sometimes companies are banking on people to go ahead and do their free trial, and then they'll forget about it, and then all of a sudden they'll get that monthly bill of $5 a month or $2.99 a month, and then people don't even realize that they're paying that bill, and then all of a sudden 6 months later they're like, why am I paying this bill? I don't even use this. So definitely keep up on your subscriptions, even your free trials, and make sure that you're canceling those. I like to go through my monthly statement every month to see what money's being spent, and I can cancel them right then and there. Some people like to do it every quarter. It's completely up to you, but there are subscriptions that we forget about and we're paying, and there's no need to pay for those. Number 7, set up auto pay on monthly bills. So I talk about canceling subscriptions, but you also want to set up auto pay on monthly bills. And the reason why this is so important is it keeps you from being late on bills. If you got a late fee, that $30, $50 a month for a late fee is outlandish. So you might as well just set up that auto pay on those monthly bills. And as far as everything else, make sure that there's no other subscriptions on your account that you're not using. And that way you're just kind of paying the bills that need to be paid and the bills that don't need to be paid. It's just monitoring that money that's going in and out on your monthly statements. One way I saved money in college was to use alternative credits. Most colleges will do alternative credits. And what happens is you'll go to study.com or sophia.org. You'll work it out with your college. And a lot of colleges will actually tell you, hey, you can save money this way by doing this. You need to take this many courses in the actual core of your degree program. And then all of these other courses you can take through study.com or sophia.org. I only use study.com. It's $200 a month. You can test out of 2 classes a month with that $200 fee, and then you could pay an additional $70 to test out of a third one if you want to. And let me tell you, it saved me a ton of time and a ton of money. I was able to get my bachelor's degree. I was able to finish 3 years, almost 3 years of school in my bachelor's degree within about a year, a little bit over a year. And then I was able to turn around my scores, my grade was high enough to where I shopped around for the college that I was going to go to, and I found where I could go from my bachelor's degree straight into my doctorate program and skip the master's degree. Because my grades were high enough, I was able to move straight into my doctorate degree, relieving my family burden of an additional 4 years of school for a master's program that I wasn't going to use anyways, moving straight into my doctorate program, which does offer licensure for the state that I live in. So you definitely want to shop around for those colleges too. And here's the great part about it. The colleges that I've gone to are online with some on campus. So I'm reducing the money that I spend leaving the house or looking for a babysitter during those time frames when I have to go into class. So you definitely want to shop around on college. There are great ways to save money. If you like a more in-depth video on that, I've actually done a video specifically on study.com as far as saving money on my bachelor's degree, and I'll link it up down below so you can check it out. Number 9, be cost conscious on college. I just talked about that. Shop around for the colleges. A lot of times we think, oh, we need to pay the most money to get into these high society colleges, thinking that that's going to be the best route, when in all actuality, out in the real world, colleges, as long as you've proven that you've gotten the degree, unless you want to go and get a corner office in some big law firm or, basically more prestigious, as long as you've proven that you've gotten the degree, you have mastered the skills, whether it is a local college or even an online college that is accredited. Make sure it's accredited. Be very careful when you're shopping around, but be cost conscious, because there are some colleges out there that charge so much money for the same program that you get at a different college for a lot less. So just shop around, be cost conscious about that. Number 10, join local buy, sell, and trade groups. I find mine on Facebook and they work out great. You save a ton of money. Maybe you have something that you're not using, like a couch that you're no longer using. You can put it out there in that buy, sell, or trade group. Somebody might want to decide trade with you on that couch, or maybe even they'll buy it from you. But it's just a really great way to save money and shop locally and support your local community as well. Number 11, only eat out on special occasions, once or twice a month, no more. Eat at home. One, your food, you know what you're eating when you eat at home. You know what you're getting. You know whether or not you're getting bioengineered food ingredients, or whether or not you're getting preservatives that are not the healthiest for you. You know what you're getting when you eat at home. You don't necessarily know what you're getting when you go out to eat. I've seen so many times on the news where people are talking about crab, getting imitation crab, even though it says that they're getting real crab, or imitation scallions, even though it says that they're getting real scallions. There's so many examples of that. Just do a Google search or go to YouTube and see all the examples of people think they're getting one thing when they're buying it at restaurants, and then they're not actually getting that. So eating at home is actually a great way to save money. You know what you're eating, you know what you're putting in your body, and if you still need to go out, then go once or twice a month and go out. Also, another thing is that you could do, like, if you want to just go out with family or friends, do like a week or a weekly or a monthly family dinner where everybody does a potluck and brings something. So those are ways to still get out and socialize, but not spend a ton of money at restaurants. Another example of that is how when you buy steaks at restaurants, a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, those steaks are actually pressed and glued together meat. So it definitely is something to consider when you're going out to eat, to know what you're actually eating and what you're putting in your body. Not only are you saving money, but you know what you're eating. Number 12. Consider giving up alcohol. So alcohol is a huge expense. We personally like to drink a glass of wine with dinner. It helps with digestion. It's very healthy for you, but you can also give it up. There are many years I gave it up when I was pregnant and when I was nursing. So it's very possible to give it up. And if you do have a substance use disorder, then seeking help for that can help you with that. But when it comes down to cost of alcohol, you can also bring down that cost. I have personally tried 2 bottles of wine, one an expensive bottle of wine, one a cheap bottle of wine, $3.99, $4.99, both organic, and there was no difference in taste. So definitely shop around for, if you are going to drink alcohol, shop around for the best deal on that alcohol. But if you can give it up, consider giving it up. You'll save a lot of money. Number 13, cancel cable and do streaming services. So cable is usually around 25 to, depending upon how many channels you get, 50, sometimes even $100 a month, when you can turn around and purchase 2 streaming services for less than $20 and have access to pretty much everything. Now, you're not going to get the information immediately like you would if you're watching cable, but how many of us actually do watch cable on a daily basis? Also, you have the access to, if you're here, you know you have access to YouTube, and there's a lot of current stuff on YouTube that you can watch regarding the news. So the streaming services are just a better deal financially, and they could save you a lot of money by giving up those cable services, depending upon what you choose. Now, you do want to make sure that you don't get locked into like 20 different streaming services, but do a couple and you'll find that you'll save some money. Number 14, carpool or public transportation. So carpool doesn't just save you on gas, it also saves you on wear and tear on your vehicle. And as my husband constantly reminds me, wear and tear on your vehicle is far more expensive, and it definitely, every time you take it out, you are putting more wear and tear on that vehicle. So carpool or public transportation is a great way to save money in multiple ways. Also, number 15 is work from home. So instead of driving to work every day, if it's possible for you to work from home, there are a lot of opportunities out there to work from home. You might be making a little less money per hour, but when you look at how much more money you're making by not putting wear and tear on your vehicle or gas or stressing out for driving back and forth for the commute, and the more time that you have at home with your family, you might find that working from home and taking even a small pay cut is a better deal for you than working at a job. I can tell you that I have a work from home job that pays $14 an hour. I've gone to local retail stores, and the employees there tell me they're making 14 or less an hour, and they have to go into work every day or most of the week. So they're just looking into what kind of jobs you can work from home for with inexpensive. And the reason why mine is $14 an hour is it's flexible, and I need a flexible position where I can actually go to work whenever I have spare time, as opposed to having to log in at a certain time. Now, there's a lot of other work from home jobs that if you commit to a schedule and you commit to an actual schedule where you're going to be on phone here to here, or you're going to be doing it working from here to here, they might pay more. But the thing is that you also give up that flexibility. I like the flexibility because it gives me time to homeschool my child, go to my doctorate program, clean my house, take care of the household, and still find time to work from home. So it's what works for you, what's best for you. Number 16 is make your own cleaning supplies with products like baking soda and vinegar. If you are interested in this aspect, I do plan to upload some short videos on these soon to the channel. So definitely be sure that you're subscribed to the channel and give us a like. Give us a comment down below. All of this, I know you hear it from every channel, but all of that actually is free, and it helps the channel out so much because it tells YouTube, hey, this is a valuable information, share it out. Sharing is caring, so if you can share the videos, we'd appreciate that too. Number 17, use a clothesline. Your dryer uses so much electricity, so we've reduced the oven, which is one of the other items in your household, the appliances in your household that are costing a lot of money in electricity. And then taking away the dryer by using the clothesline also reduces that monthly bill. You might find that your electric bill can go down with just these 2 options. Number 18, bike or walk short distances. Most of us, when we're in cities, Live within a couple miles of a grocery store. So if it's possible to bike or walk to that grocery store as opposed to taking out your vehicle for wear and tear on your vehicle, consider doing that. It's great exercise. You're getting out in the sun, you're getting vitamin D, so it's good for your health, and it saves you money. Number 19, set up a water filtration system instead of buying bottled water. Now, this will cost a little bit in the beginning. Long run, it should help you as far as reducing bills and also helping to save the planet because we're not using plastic bottled water that is filling up our landfills. Number 20 is look at budgeting apps or Mint or Personal Capital to track spending and find ways to cut back. This is a great way to really just manage your finances and learn how to manage your finances. Let's be honest, a lot of people, when they went to school, I know me personally, had no classes until I was in college on budgeting or how to save money. And my high school education did not teach me any of that information. So it's nice to have a little bit of help to figure out how to do that budgeting. Many people graduate high school and they don't know how to balance a checkbook. So it's a deficit in our educational system, I believe, that we are not setting up our children necessarily to do the day-to-day living that is expected for our being part of our society. Number 21, programmable slow cookers meals to make inexpensive meals. So use your programmable slow cooker to make inexpensive meals. That also helps with reducing the cost of using your oven, and it also gives you some variety if you just on your prep day cut up the ingredients that you need to put in there and put it in the freezer. And when it's time to do your actual meal, I like to call them freezer meals. When it's time to do your actual meal, you pull it out of the freezer, put it in your slow cooker, let it cook throughout the day, and you come home and you've got an amazing meal. Well, I work from home, so I feel comfortable leaving my slow cooker on during the day. Some people don't when they're at work, but it's an option if you do work from home, where you can go ahead and do that. Number 22, free entertainment ops. Look for those like parks, city events. Go to your local city center, and a lot of times they'll have monthly things that happen throughout the monthly celebrations throughout the month. Some of them are free, some of them may cost a little bit. So check into that. Also go to your HOA. A lot of times they'll have things that you can do every month for free that are just available for entertainment. Why spend money on entertainment when you don't have to? One of the things that has been very successful in the town that we live in is we have a free movie on the lawn, and they open up the lawn of our movie theater out here, place the movie up on the wall, or big white wall, and they allow everybody to just come and watch movies, which is really great. Every week there is a new movie. You have to make it to the date, and they'll offer popcorn and stuff that you can buy, but the movie's free, and so it's really nice. It's a great way to just relax and enjoy time with your family or friends and get out and still find some entertainment in cheap ways. So look into those kind of things that are in your area. Number 23 is start a CD or market rate savings. These are accounts that will pay money for you to put your money in the bank. Now, market rate savings is just a savings account that will give you a small percentage of interest every month. It's nice, but CDs will give you a higher percentage. You will be penalized to take it out before the date, so definitely shop around on those and make sure you know which ones you want to do. Also, something important to note about CDs is some CDs will allow you to roll the interest that you make every month into a savings account where you can spend it from there, but still leave your principal that you deposited in your initial deposit. Those are the best CDs, but some CDs will not allow you to do that, and and the interest will just roll back into the CD, which will give you higher interest payouts by the end of your CD, but again, it won't give you access to that money until you pull out. And if you pull out early, you are going to get penalized. So keep those kind of things in mind. But CDs and market rate savings will make you money and make money off of your money and make you money. So that's a nice way to save money and earn a little extra cash too. Number 24 is do-it-yourself home improvement. We live in an information age. You can go on YouTube and search pretty much any home improvement project that is out there, and there will be multiple videos out there to show you how to do it. So if you feel comfortable in your skills and your ability to do that, then consider doing some DIY home improvement. It means that you won't have to call a professional in to do it. Now, of course, you'll need to call professionals in for probably most plumbing jobs, unless you're experienced in that area, or electrical jobs. But there are a lot of home improvement things that you can do around your house that you can do yourself, learning through free apps like YouTube. And it will give you the opportunity to grow your skill set, but also save some money. Number 25 is to plan vacations on off-peak seasons. We do this all the time. Our vacations are not during major holidays. In fact, we don't enjoy going through the crowds anyways. So it's a lot easier if you're just going on off-peak seasons, and also through the middle of the week. A lot of times going the middle of the week somewhere will reduce the amount of people that are there, and also you'll find better savings. So you're going to save money by doing that. Number 26, use rainwater entrapment system to water your plants outside. Now, if you're going to have a garden like I talked about earlier, then you might want to consider using an entrapment system to water your plants outside. This is basically setting up a rain barrel that will give you access to water that you can use outside of when it's raining. Now in Arizona, we don't really have access to a lot of rain, so it's not a feasible system for us to set up here. And in some states, it is illegal, which I think is wild because rainwater is free, so why would it be illegal? However, do look at your local city ordinances as well as your local laws to see if there has been anything set up to make an entrapment system illegal, which still, again, to me is wild because it's rainwater, it's free. But if you have the ability to do it, you get rain, then it might be something you might want to consider. Number 27 is look for deals the day after the holiday. A lot of times what will happen is they will price up things for Valentine's Day or price up things for Easter. And the day after the holiday, they mark them down 50% or more. And then the week after the holiday, I've seen them 90% off. So keeping that in mind, what we do with our holidays is we actually wait until after the holiday and usually go and check out the deals that are available. Now, stores are getting kind of smart to this, and they're reducing their overflow of products that are left over. They're getting better and better at their inventory. However, I still find great deals after the holiday for either next year, like decor, or, even just small treats that you wouldn't be getting for that same price. You can buy bags of candy for $1 because they are vacation or themed for that holiday. And you would have to buy that bag of candy for like $7, sometimes $20, depending upon the size. So going in and searching for deals as far as your after the holiday is really great, and you'll find a lot of good deals. Number 28, pay off credit card every month to avoid your fees. So a lot of people will pay off their credit card every month to avoid fees. For the longest time, we didn't believe in credit cards because of the interest rate and the fees. If you do have a credit card and you are going to go ahead and use it, definitely make sure you're paying it off every month to avoid those fees. And also find credit cards that have that waive the annual fee, as well as finding credit cards that offer cash back. Those are all important and ways to save you money. Number 29 is keep the lights off, turn the Wi-Fi off every night. So basically the house is dead in the evening as much as possible. Unplugging things, unplugging appliances, turning off the Wi-Fi, turning off the lights if you're not using them in a room. Definitely just don't have the lights on. All of that is really helpful and beneficial in reducing your overall monthly charge of electricity. But also, there is some evidence. There's evidence on both sides on this, but there is some evidence that you do need to be concerned about the amount of waves that are going through our body through these electronics. So it's definitely important, if you're concerned about that, to reduce that as much as possible and just unplugging things and basically unplugging things and reducing the pull of that through the night while you're sleeping. You might find you're getting a better night's sleep as well. Number 30. This is our last one. Search for online library free education opportunities. There are a lot of them out there. Why go and pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to learn something that you can actually learn online for free? And as I mentioned earlier, if you go learn these things online for free, and then when you do go to college, and if you do want to take specific classes that you need to take, you've already learned the material. You could just go test out of those classes using study.com or sophia.org and save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month. So it's definitely very beneficial. And if something is of interest to you, you might as well, if it's free, to learn it. I always say, once we stop learning is when we start going down that path towards not living. So learning is a lifelong thing that we should all strive for. So being able to find these free opportunities out there is really great. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found a lot of great information. And if you know of ways to save money that I didn't mention here, please list them down below. Sharing is caring. Please share the podcast with others who might find this interesting information. I will link up our podcast link so that you can find the other podcast episodes that are on this channel. This is episode 4. So definitely check those out as well. You might find some great information there too. Thank you so much for listening. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, and share. And I know you hear that all the time, but it really does help with the algorithms on the channel. Thanks so much. We really appreciate all your support. I have linked down below our membership community. If you're interested in joining that, it's only $5 a month. You might find some really great information there. So check it out. And we'll see you next week. Bye.